So as we wait for them, let me share my screen and show a few things. So are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, we were able to see it.
Okay, so what can you see on my screen?
Marquis biography online.
Yes, so this is the organization that recognized me, and this is their main page. And this, if you can see this list here, this makers list in the year 2023, and they say the most influential people over 125 years. So when you come here, they're grouped according to years. At a span of 10 years, you can see here in the first row here, we have Obama and we have Martin Luther King. Those are the only people that are Black. Then here they give the lists, and the list dates back to 1890 when it started. Here you can see this is 1890. These are the people who are recognized. I don't know anybody here. I don't know even as any single person in 1890. But when you come to 1900 here, I was lucky to know just a few, like the last one here is the Wright brothers, the people who invented the aeroplane and flew only for 9 seconds and then died. So when you come here, 1910, Woodrow Wilson, this is one of the presidents of the United States, former president of the United States in 1920. I don't know anybody here in 1920. In 1930, we have also in 1930, I don't know anybody. In 1940, let's see if I'll be able to know somebody here. No, I don't know anybody in 1940. In 1950, we have do it else. This this is also the highlighted one. This is also one of the presidents of the former presidents of the United States. It goes all the way. Even this one, Lyndon B. Johnson was one of them. Of course, we know Malcolm X. We know Malcolm X. We know Martin Luther King Jr. We know Maya Angelou. We know Muhammad Ali. And this was in 1960s. So it looks like in 1960 there were so many Black that were honored. And then we come to 1970. I don't know anybody in 1970. We have 1980. 1980, I know Whitney Houston in 1980. Then comes to 1990. I know Bill Clinton. We move on. In 1990, Bill Clinton is the only one I know in that list. In the year 2000, I know Al Gore. He contested for the vice president of the United States. I know George W. Bush. I know Condoleezza Rice was a powerful Secretary of State. I think in the Bush administration, Colin Powell was the Secretary of State. I think in the Obama administration also, I know Barack Obama. I know Tiger Woods, the sportsman. Then in 2010, I know Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, originally from South Africa. Of course, we all know Donald Trump. I know Michael Bloomberg. Then we move to 2020. This is where my category falls in the year 2020, 2020, 24 to be specific. Also, I know Beyonce, I know Joe Biden, I know, who else do I know here? I know Ketanji Brown Jackson, the only Black Supreme Court judge. So questions have been arisen as a reason that what do I do to deserve this recognition? When I look at my badge, it is not written maker's list. It is written honored listee, which is one step below this. I'm one step below this kind of recognition. I know Mark Zuckerberg. So people are doubting and asking several questions. What did I do to have that, to deserve that kind of recognition? Some are also saying, and these people have got a lot of money. Me, I don't have money, that I don't belong here. But let's go and see now. When you click here, oh, Mr. Yu, are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still with you. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so when you come here on the login, you click login, and this screen appears where you were before, Marquis Biography Online. Let me check if the teacher for Lufunga is not there. She's not there. Marquis Biography Online. And this is my email address, this is my password, and let's see if I'll be able to log in. So when I click here, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, I'm able to.
So you're able to see my name?
Yes, pass, so you go the ambo.
Yes. So this is a confirmation that I was actually recognized, and I'm in their database already. But they have not made it public. They are going to make it public soon. They're going to make it public soon. And when you look at everything they have written about me, everything is true. Everything is true, including the fact that I'm a Christian. Everything here, of course, I'm a Christian. These are the names of my children. This is my wife. I'm married. These are the names of my parents. They capture everything. Where did I go to school? All the degrees I hold, all the positions I've held in life, what I was doing with the US Air Force. They have everything here. And recently they sent people to my road home to take videos and document, because they wanted me to fill a form to state that which hospital was I born. When I told them that I was born in the bush, they didn't believe it. They wanted to see the kind of bush where I was born. So they went there, take pictures, documentation, everything. And when they make everything online, that is going to appear. Now, the other question people are asking, they are asking, how is this helpful? How is this helpful? That's the question they are asking. Somebody joined, I don't know who is this. Yes, that's the principal, St. Mary's Sequoia High School. Mr. George Onyango, can you hear us? The principal of St. Mary's Sequoia High School, are you able to hear us? Mwalimu, you are on mute. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yes, I was giving a presentation about my latest recognition because people are doubting whether I deserve the recognition or not. So I was just taking Mr. Yoya. This is their website. And when you come here, you sign in. This is they have created for me account. And when I sign in, Mr. Nyanga, are you able to see my name? Hello? Are you able to see my name?
I'm able to see.
Yeah, so I'm able to log in, but they have not made my biography public. They are still working on it. And then when you come here, of course, I went to Kuala High School. When my name appears, is honored, recognized here, the name of Kuala High School also is honored because they list all the schools that I went through, and Kuala High School is supposed to be one of them. If it is not there, we are going to include it. I'm going to edit it and include it. Yes, I'm going to include ask them to include all the schools that we have adopted, including all the schools that I attended. So that is where we are. All the universities have been listed here and all the places that I worked in. And yes, here. So those who are saying that it is fake, I was not recognized. If it was fake, I will not have an account and I will not be able to log in. But right now, I'm just being able to log in. Now, the other question people are asking that how do we benefit from this? How is this important? My answer to them that this is too important, not only to my home country, Kenya, but also the continent of Africa, because when you look at that database, there are very few people of Black race that are there. So it happens that I'm one of the few Black people that are there, and I'm one of the few people from the continent of Africa that is there. So I'm gonna use this opportunity to increase the number of Black people in this database, because being in this database is a huge privilege and has got a huge impact, not only on the individual being listed, but on the community where the person comes from. So let me go ahead as I wait for the other principals to join. I can see Dorothy, the principal of the Funga Girls, has already joined. Dorothy, are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay, good evening to you. Thank you very much. So how is this important? And I'm asking the principal of all adopted schools, like Dorothy, like Jojo Nyango, when you go back to school, please celebrate me. This thing is not easy. This is just God. Let the students know. Let your board of management know. Let your PTA know. When you have the annual general meeting, let them know this is huge. It's not an ordinary thing. It's not an ordinary thing the way people think it. Use it to motivate our students. Use it to mentor our students. That one of them is in this list. And it's just by the grace of God. Now, how is this important? That's my next question. Or how do we make money out of this? Let me admit this. Samsung something. I don't know who that is. He's going to introduce himself. Now, please, Madam Dorothy, you are the principal KISWATE Adopted School. What I'm just about to explain, it is your responsibility to explain to the other principals of KISWATE Adopted School when we shall facilitate your movement to go visit all the 9 schools, including the primary. For Mr. Jojo Nyango, we have 20 students that are under KISWATE scholarship. They're in colleges in different universities within the country and also in China, and one has just joined me in America just 3 days ago. So your work as the director, KISWATE Digital Academy, is to mentor these young boys and use them also to mentor our students in the KISWATE Digital Academy. And when they come home, they need to visit our schools and talk to our students. You never know. We may change one student to become successful. So that is what we have as of now. As Mr. Yue embark on the national initiative to familiarize the KISWATE Digital Academy within the country. I'm looking for assistant CEO who will help us in familiarizing KISWATE Digital Academy within the Luo Nyanza, and it has to be done in the Luo. So I'm still searching. So how is this helpful to us? Or how do we make money out of it? Now look here, please pay attention, Madam Dorothy. I'm now go here online on Google. This is public, and this is what is going to happen. And we have agreed in my presentation that one of the people that appear in that database, we have also checked, you can also check later if you have not checked, that is Barack Obama. Barack Obama has got roots from Kenya. He has been the president of the United States for 8 years. He's very popular. He's one of the people that have been recognized and listed in this particular database. Barack Obama is celebrated worldwide, and organization institutions are just looking for him to go and give them speeches. And when he goes to give those speeches, he doesn't go alone. He goes with his team. And when he goes with his team, it means his secretariat or his foundation is incurring expenses. Who incurs those expenses when he is invited to go and give a speech with a team of 20 people? Is the organization that has invited him. Now, after they pay the expenses, how much is he paid for just one speech? Let's see. Oh, so we type here on Google, how much is President, is President Barack Obama paid to speak in an event? How much is President Barack Obama paid to speak in an event? Just one event. So, yeah, how much money did the Obamas make from speaking? I don't want that. I just want one event. Barack Obama is now among the 10 highest paid public. Let me click this. Barack Obama is now among the 10 highest paid public speakers. And when I scroll down, I might be lucky to get the figure. Is everybody able to see my screen?
Yeah, we are able to.
Are you able to see the figure here? Mr. Jojo Nyang, are you able to see the figure?
The letters, okay, the letters are very small for me.
Let me make it bigger.
Yes, please.
I have a touch screen. Can one of you read? How much is that?
$400.
No.
400.
Oh, you have not got it right, Mwalimu. Can you read again?
400,000.
400,000 US dollars. That is just one speech. Why? Because he's listed in this database, and 1.6 million organizations, corporations are looking at his biography, and they want him to go and speak in their events. That is what he's paid. I'm not saying that I'm going to be paid that much when the time comes, when my biography becomes public. But of course, as a data scientist practicing in the US, as an IT expert living in the US, and as a former science, maths, and physics high school teacher who has taught in Kenya for 10 years and in the US, they cannot pay me anything less than all those three professions combined. Now, the thing is this. If before becoming recognized, I was able to do what I've done. Now, after becoming recognized and my biography appearing to 1.6 million organizations and institutions, will I be able to do more or do less? The answer is obvious. And this can only happen if all the principals of KISWATE adopted schools speak with one voice and support the initiative. In fact, I want to withdraw from the active day-to-day operations of KISWATE and leave it to the experts. And who are the experts? The experts are the principals under the able leadership of Mr. John Yoya. And what am I going to do? Me, I want a back on fundraising. Speaking in events, doing YouTube videos, working left, right, and center, and whatever money I make, I send a certain percentage of my income to go and run KISWATE. That's what I need. And this can only happen if I have honest men and women on the ground who will serve with the total commitment and integrity. Now, Samsung SMA, who is this? Please, can you introduce yourself?
Michael Otuko.
Oh, Michael Otuko, how are you doing? The principal of Windows.
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank
Yeah,
you.
you know, Windows is my home school.
Yeah.
And your home is your home.
Yeah.
For example, if you come from a home where there are only grass-thatched houses, and those grass-thatched houses, some of them are leaking and what have you, and you have been in the city, in Nairobi, having a good job, driving a nice car, and then you marry a lady from the richest family, and you want to do a wedding, and the elders have sat down that the wedding must be done at home. If you are a person who respects the elders, you just have to go and do the wedding in your home where there are grass-thatched houses, leaking houses, because that is your home. You cannot run away from your home. And if the lady stays, the lady does not run away, then the elders will be convinced, actually, we have a good in-law that is there to stay. Another example. So from those examples I've given, I want to be celebrated when I'm still alive. Don't celebrate me when I'm dead because I'm not there to appreciate. That is why I'm doing this thing. That's why I'm doing this. Everything I get, everything I come across, I want to bring it home. So welcome, Mr. Otuko. Now,
thank you.
So now the second example is this. I'm waiting for the forum. I'm still doing this so that we have a forum. The second example is this that I want to give. From what is happening in Kenya, it is clear that we have to change our approach. And here I'm not talking about the Gen Zs. What is happening in Kenya is this. People have gone to school too much. We have produced grades, A materials. Teachers have worked very hard. The system is doing very well. We have A materials. People are going to the university. They are doing engineering degrees. No? They are becoming lawyers, medical doctors, pharmacists, teachers, etc. But after graduating, there's no job. And you know you are the teachers who are giving us this product because it all begins with you in high school. Now, as a data scientist, I have the privilege to go and work in other sectors like energy sector. We all know that those countries that deal with oil, they are the richest. So they pay well. But I decided to come back to the education domain, education sector, and work with people in the education like the principals for free. Nobody's paying me for this. When there's a lot of money over there. Why? Because principals and teachers are the people that dictate the type of society we are going to have in future. I'll give you an example myself. When I went to St. Mary's Ukwala High School in 1991, in my tattered uniform, primary school uniform, with 32 exercise book, wrapped in a polythene bag from a bag for bread. This was in February, and we had just had our bread in December during Christmas in 1 year. We used only to eat test bread, not even eating, test bread during Christmas holidays. And for this particular one, before I reported to St. Mary's Ukwala High School, the bag, the paper bag, the polythene paper bag, that the bread we ate in December during Christmas was wrapped in. That is the bag I used to carry my books to go to Kuala High School. Barefooted, as all of you know who have interacted, my mom is on a wheelchair. That disease condition did not start today. Even when I was growing up, he was already in that condition, but he was able to walk. So my school is not very near Kuala High School, around 14, 16 miles. We walked with her. And when we arrived at the principal's office, the principal by then, Mr. Angaya, I don't know his other name, he's now the late me, he so rest in peace. in his own wisdom, saw it necessary to tell my mom, Mom, you have brought the boy to us. Please go back home. We shall handle the rest. Then he summoned the boarding master to come to the office and take me to the store. On arrival to the store, I was given 2 pairs of uniforms. I was given exercise books. Some teachers bought for me shoes. They gave me pen, everything that I need. And then they asked me, young man, go to class and we are admitting you here as a day scholar. And that changed my life forever. Several years later, when I go back to school, I tell Mr. Nyango, how much do they need to eat bread today? How much do they need maybe to have beef today? Stuff like that. Can I sponsor a few students? Why? I have the option to choose to work with other people, other professionals, but I've made a deliberate decision to work strictly with the principals, strictly with the teachers, because they saved my life. So when that student who has gone without food for 2 days, Mr. Tuko, comes to your school after absenting himself from school from 2 days, please congratulate him for making it to school on that day and welcome him to class and ask teacher to have make-up lessons for him because it is not his wish. That student just like me. If you are sending that student away, it's like you are sending me. You could not accommodate me when I was going to Kuala High School. That is why I'm working with the principals. I don't know this particular point. I need Madam Dorothy. I need the principal of Yondo High School, Secondary School. I need the principal St. Mary's Kuala High School to react to my speech. We are recording everything. This component will be very important because we'll carve it out and share it with the principals, other principals who are not here. And Mr. Yoya, you will speak last. I'm still waiting for Mr. Hendera to come on board. And at exactly 6:30, I have our KISWATE scholars who have got a presentation to make. I'm gonna call them as you make your presentation and as you react to my speech. And Rose Deborah will start at 6:30. Let's say at 6:40, you will take the around 3 minutes to present what you heard for the principals. And we move on from there. The meeting will end at exactly 7 p.m. And there's a Google form that I shared online. Please make sure you fill that form. Principals and deputy principals are members of my administrative team. And therefore, for a Zoom meeting, the allowance is 1,500. And for physical meeting, the allowance is 6,000. Whether they come to the meeting driving or on foot, because they are members of my administrative team. So that is that. Anything that I've forgotten? No. As of now, that is good. What we have is enough to keep us going and to kick us off. So at this particular point, I would like to invite Mr. Michael Otuko, the principal of St. Joseph Oyundo Secondary School, to make his remarks. And Mr. Otuko, when you are making your remarks, please put on your video. Please put on your video so that you see you. Sometimes people communicate using facial expressions. And I'm also taking an attendance right now. I will not ask you to put your video as I used to do in other meetings because you are principals, you are our bosses. So this screenshot that I've taken is the attendance and is what Rose Deborah is going to use to pay the allowances immediately after the meeting. I'm also making an update with it on the KISWATE Principals WhatsApp group. Mr. Otuko, please take it away. Take it away, please.
Thank you. I'm Mr. Michael Otuko, Principal Yondo Secondary School. I really want to appreciate the Director KISWATE, Mr. Pius, for organizing such a meeting.
Sorry, I'm not the director. Hold on. I'm not the director.
Yeah.
The director is Mr. Paul Onyango, founder and vision bearer.
Okay.
Don't take away position from the principal of my alma mater, St. Mary's Kuala High School. I'm the founder and vision bearer of KISWATE. The Paul Onyanga,
Yes.
Director, KISWATE Digital Academy. Thank you. Okay, go ahead,
Yeah,
please.
thank you. So
Okay.
the founder of
Young,
KISWATE. I want to say that I really appreciate the points you are putting across. They're really going to take us far if we achieve them. I want to take an example of enrollment in our schools. Enrollment in our schools is normally being affected by you mentioned poverty, and this is seriously affecting the Yundo area. There's a time that there are several organizations who are sponsoring students around that area, such like Dreams, Malaika, the Seed, and the rest, and the enrollment was very high. And immediately these organizations stopped sponsoring the students, the enrollment came down. And if you find out, it's because of poverty and the attitude towards education in this area. So this is what, if we can sponsor students to school, such that they're not being used, the enrollment is going to be very high, and the literacy level is really going to improve. So I really want to thank you for such initiative. And it's going to take us a long way in improving our education standard in our area. Two, this CBC thing, the way you have put it, is very correct. For this last year, when they were in standard 7 and standard 8, it's called grade 7, grade 8. These students are not learning anything. And my colleague principals will agree with me that in most of these schools, like let's say we want a primary school, we have a teacher of business and maths. Another one is history and CRE. And those are the only subjects they are teaching. Yet they're supposed to learn around 11 subjects. We are really wasting a whole lot. So if this KISWATE can really come up with a method through which we can even teaching this is through the digital platform, it will go a long way in helping assist these students. Otherwise, we are going to waste a whole lot. We should not even wait for next year. The earlier we start, the better. Otherwise, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's my brief remark.
Oh, thank you for your remarks. And let me respond to that a little bit. I've captured something that needs my attention. Now, I've said clearly that all the schools that are going to participate in a KISWATE talent show and finish successfully are going to be rewarded with the Starlink satellite dish internet. The last time we were checking with Madam Dorothy, it was going for 73,000. Right now it's 100,000. Now, let me ask you, Mr. Tuko. The schools were around, let me put the number of high schools at 10 times 100,000, that is 1 million. Do you think there's anybody in his right senses that can invest 1 million on you without getting the returns back? The answer is no. In the case of KISWATE, the returns are just postponed. But when they start kicking in, we shall recover everything. So we want everybody to be patient. And Mr. Otuko, I have a problem with your school, and I have a problem with the teacher in charge that you selected in charge of KISWATE talent show. I'm appealing to you. If he is not willing, please replace him immediately or her immediately. Up to now, Uyundo Secondary School has not picked a project.
I think I'll look into it because I assigned somebody who is in charge of drama, but seemingly she is slow. She's very slow.
Now, Mr. Otuko, on behalf of your appointee, I want you to pick a project so that Uyundo, my home school, not left out. I get pained when Uyundo is left out in this initiative. Now, Sega is doing comedy show. Ukwala is doing talk show. Lefunga is doing news bulletin like what KISWATE TV does. Ndenga is doing cultural show and has been picked by Kagonyo. So that one is out. So I have 3. I have comedy show, I have talk show, I have bulletin news. So which one do you want to do? Which one do you want your school to do?
A bulletin news. We can try that one.
Yeah, you'll try that one, but you make sure You don't plagiarize what Lefunga girl is going to do. Lefunga can cover the news on that side. On that other side, going by the stream, you see the stream that start from Mauna going all the way to Usidiu, to Matibabu, like that. Uyunda can cover that side of the stream, going up to Sega Township. And Sega, that's the jurisdiction of Lefunga. And going up to the boundary between Western and Nyanza, that Chumandi, that is jurisdiction of Lefunga. And the other side goes up to Nzoia, follow River Nzoia there, Nyadorera, going like that. Let Lefunga not close to Alego. You remain within Ogenya, and then you follow that river coming back, and then up to Akek, and don't cross into Western Kenya. Don't come into Akek. On the other side, let Lefunga stop at go to Dim. Let Lefunga stop at Obet and Nyaluoyo. You cover news in that area. Now, because you are doing news, now you start from the stream, Usidiu, coming, Luero, Waliera, Aboke, go to Dima, going up to Akek, Nyalenya, coming with the Tamak Road, don't go to Ontodiado. That's another jurisdiction. Then Kingo, come down, Kagonya, and stop at Mauna. Don't cross into Baroda. Because we want practical things. We want you to host the chief and question. We want you to host the priest for Wedeo Catholic Church, and let your boys host him. Let them have audience there, and let that be recorded. Of course, Mr. Hindera will be visiting your school, and we need 17 videos. Every we need a video of what you are doing. We're gonna look at it, ask the expert to analyze it, and give you feedback, and improve on that, until the 17 video is the one we're gonna submit for the project. If you do that, with the satellite link, internet link, your school will get one before the new curriculum, the CBC curriculum in January 2026. So that is noted and recorded. Wiyundo is doing bulletin news, just like Lefunga does, but the two of you cannot plagiarize. In fact, if Lefunga is doing English, Mr. Tuko, you want to try Kiswahili or Luo? It doesn't matter.
No, we can try the Luo or Kiswahili.
Yes, that's good.
Whichever
Whatever is comfortable with you, so that you don't duplicate what Lefunga is doing. Okay, that is that. Okwala is good, Lefunga is good, and everything is covered. So we move to the next person to react to my speech. And Mr. Nyango, please take it away.
Colleagues, hi to you all. I want to appreciate what Pius is doing, and I'm seeing some opening for our students and even for the KISWATE community at large. Just as he was comparing with Uber, once the website picks up, you may even having clients even beyond Uganda itself. Given that it will be addressing the issue of the CBC, it will be a Kenya-wide used website. And I'm seeing some light somewhere. At least once things start rolling up, it will open up. And just as he was also saying, the founder was saying, the revenues in the future, not now. It's a matter of building it up and putting up resources, putting all our efforts together, advising where necessary to ensure that everything moves on smoothly. I want to thank the KISWATE team for being for that kind of innovation. I believe it will give KISWATE some good shot. But thank you all, and let us pull together to enhance and develop KISWATE as a team. Santen.
Thank you very much. The principal KISWATE Digital Academy. You have 7 schools under your wings. What do you have to tell us? The principal of Lefunga Girls.
Thank you so much. As I listened to you, I could actually see your vision. And I could actually see Oprah Winfrey coming down to whichever school that she wants to visit. The vision is there. And it is up to us to make sure that it starts, it picks up, and it goes running. From what you've said, this thing, KISWATE is going to reach out to a very large number of students, and I believe it is really going to benefit them. So I would just like to call upon my fellow principals, let us embrace KISWATE. Let us give it all we can so that it takes off from the ground and it benefits our students. I can see it just like Uber is international. I can see KISWATE also going international. So let us give it our best. Let us really encourage our teachers and let us encourage our students also so that the projects that we've taken as individual schools can pick up and be presented eventually. Otherwise, thank you so much, and let us continue supporting the students of Ugenya. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. There's one thing that I wanted to address. When we talk about bringing teachers for 1 year for free to our schools in the digital academy, we are not just saying, we mean what we are saying. As I speak with you right now, when I was driving from Shalimar, Florida, to Washington, D.C., where my home is, in Shalimar, Florida, I was there for 3 months for a military assignment. And I passed by Atlanta, Georgia, and met one of the teachers that we worked with in Nairobi. He used to work for me. I used to own a very big tuition school in Nairobi, called Survey Tuition School. And he was one of my teachers there. He's a former student of Mangu High School and a former student of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. He did BSc. Because of my mentorship is like contagious. My mentorship is continuous. Sometimes people, when the people come and they just see what I'm doing and they just end up doing them without me asking them. When he came to the United States, he decided to become a teacher. He's now being trained to be an assistant principal of a very big high school with 4,000 students. Assistant principal in America is a very big position because the schools are run in terms of districts, in terms of counties, and the counties are independent. They determine their own salary, they run their own school, they raise their own revenue. The money that is used to run schools in America is a tax on buildings, on houses, on businesses in the jurisdiction where the schools are situated. So schools in America are very rich and they pay their own salary depending on how much revenue they are able to raise. If the school is in a rich neighborhood, the teachers earn more. If the school is in a poor neighborhood, they still earn something, a decent salary, but the government will do a positive, how do you call it? Affirmative action and add them some money, in what we call in Kenya the subsidy. So this teacher is already here. And as I speak with you right now, the county where this teacher is teaching, it's called the county of Gwinnett in the state of Georgia. They have students on, they have students in Uganda, a place called Gulu. I don't know, Mr. Yoga, is Gulu in northern Uganda?
Gulu is in northern Uganda.
Yeah, we already have students from the US. In Gulu, they are teaching. Some of the parents, we know them, they'll be coming to visit their children after teaching there for 1 year as volunteers. They're gonna go around Kenya, do the good scenery, the animal, the zoo, and then they come back to the US. So we are talking with him so that we can identify 2 parents and a few of the teachers that are already in Gulu. Before they come back to the US, they can visit Ugenya, and you take them around our schools. And then when they go back to the US, they can say, we have identified maybe 10 schools in Kenya that need volunteer teachers. But there's a problem. The problem is the Education Act does not allow teachers who do not have TSC number to teach in our schools. How are we going to overcome that obstacle? But with Mr. Yuya, I don't need to get worried. With Mr. Onyango here, chief principal, I don't need to get worried. That is why I'm making you members of my administration. These titles are not just there for prestige. There's a problem that you have to solve. So if I've identified, like, let's say, for 10 schools, I've identified 20 teachers. They are coming, 2 teachers per school. And the government said they must have TSC number. You must have a walk around that Education Act, negotiate with the TSC, negotiate with the Ministry of Education, and find a way on how they can give these teachers TSC numbers before they leave the US, so that we are compliant, complicit with the law. Maybe you should start thinking about it. And this is completely free. The schools are not going to pay anything. Now, how will the teachers survive? In the US, when you do things like the one I'm doing, you are promoting their image abroad, and they really like that. If you get some nice people, good brain, who can write proposals for funding, the government gonna fund this program 100%. The only thing that when they come that need to be addressed is the issue of security. We don't want them to live in the shopping centers. We want them to live within the school compound. And when they live in the school compound, we want them to have internet here the same way they have here in the US. That's why we are bringing those satellite dishes. And when they leave, we give them a house in the school compound. We want them to have the same environment here, AC, they have refrigerators, they have gas cookers, they have, so that they can feel at home. So that they can feel at home. Now the question is, are there schools who are ready to modify just one staff quarters to be a 2-bedroom house or a 3-bedroom house with all those facilities and house 2 teachers for a whole year? And if the program ran for 10 years and they are teaching for free, you are not paying anything, are you going to recover your money for renovating such a house? And if a school is a day school like Woyonda in the middle of nowhere, or Lefunga Girls in the middle of nowhere, are we going to work as a team in the digital academy so that Lefunga Girls can partner with St. Mary's, either St. Mary's Ukwala or St. Anne's Sega Girls, so that the teachers for Lefunga Girls, one can stay at St. Anne's Sega Girls staff quarters, and another one can stay at St. Mary's Ukwala High School staff quarters, because there's security within the compound. The same applies to Ndenga. The teachers for Uyundo can live at Ndenga. The teachers for Kagonya and Barodar can live at St. Mary's Ukwala. And when my villa becomes the dream for KISWATE Villa becomes true, and I told you it has got 7 luxurious bedrooms. One bedroom is called Woyondo, another bedroom is called Lefunga, another one Ukwala, another one St. Anne Sega Gas, another one St. Anne Sega Township, another one is Barodar. No, Barodar is gonna be on the studio, on my security room. It's luxurious with those rooms. Then the teachers for Uyundo, for Kagonya, and for Baroda and Ndenga don't need to worry. They will live in the villa and they ride on a tuk-tuk. We already have a tuk-tuk called KISWATE TV. It has visited St. Mary's Ukwala High School, and has visited the tuk-tuk has visited Dorothy, Lefunga. Is Lefunga a school associated with any church?
Yes, Catholic Church.
So it is St. what?
It's St. Teresa's.
Yes, St. Teresa's, Lefunga Girls. The tuk-tuk has already come there, and your teachers have got a ride in it. I don't know whether you had the privilege to have a ride in that tuk-tuk.
Not yet.
Not yet. Please make sure you get a ride. That was a brand new tuk-tuk. It's more expensive than a car. We call it Lamborghini, the most expensive car in the world, only owned by celebrities. So life must start somewhere. We are starting with the tuk-tuk, and somewhere, after some time, we're gonna upgrade into a van, and after some time, into a bus, KISWATE Digital Academy bus, stuff like that. That is, the principals have responded. Now, Mr. Yuya, do you want to respond now, or I allow our KISWATE scholars to make their presentation, and then you respond last, because I want you to capture everything that you have said here. Mr. Yu, which one are you comfortable with?
We'll call in our KISWATE scholars, then I'll come in last.
Okay, Rose Deborah, please take it away. I see Mildred has already joined. Welcome on board, Mildred. And I saw Mildred joining, but I don't see her in the waiting room. So, Rose Deborah, you are to make a presentation on digital register. Please, can you explain to the principal what that means? That will be a module in our KISWATE Digital Academy. And why is it important to have a digital register in our schools? And share your screen if possible. Also, would like to see your image so that they know whom you are, especially those who are not in the meeting, like meeting like Mr. Tuko. And Madam Dorothy, were you there on June 1st?
No, I was not, but I sent a
Yes.
representative.
Yes, so you don't know Rose Deborah. So Rose Deborah, please put on your image. Dr. Michelle has already come. I've already admitted her. Dr. Mildred is already there. So, Rose Deborah, are you there?
Yes, present, although I'm not in a well-lit environment.
Although what?
Present. So what I don't have a presentation on the digital register, so I'm just going to explain what it is and why it is important for the KISWATE Digital Academy and how exactly it is going to work. So the digital register, it's like an online register where the class teachers are able to mark the attendance of the students who are present in school on that particular day, and also mark absent the students who have been absent in school on that particular day. This register is going to help the class teachers and also the other teachers who are teaching in various classes to know which students are present and which students are absent. And it is important to the people who are going to have access to this digital register are going to be the class teacher, who is mainly going to be marking the register, and the subject teachers, the head teacher and the deputy head teacher also. And the other person who is also going to have access to this digital register is going to be the head cook. And you might be wondering what the head cook is going to be needing the register for. So mostly when the head cook of the school prepares food, they prepare the school with the mentality that all the students are present in the school. But sometimes not all the students are present in the school. Some of the students are absent, which leads to wastage of food in most of these schools. So with the head cook having access to this register, the head cook knows exactly how many students are present in school on that particular day, and they're able to budget and plan for the exact amount of food, which is going to lead to less wastage, and it is also going to save the schools money in terms of the amount of money they use to buy the food. So yeah, that is what the digital register is going to consist of, and that is what it's going to be used for in the KISWATE Digital Academy.
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. Before I give the principal a chance to react to that, I would like to add that KISWATE Digital Academy will be an app like Uber, and within the app, we'll have modules. So one of the modules will be online recruitment of teachers. Another one will be digital register. Another one will be lesson plans. Another one will be teaching materials. Another one will be PowerPoint slides. So at KISWATE, everything is voluntary. You are allowed to come in when you need us, and you are also allowed to go away when you don't need us. So what that means, no school will be forced to take a module that they don't need. For example, we are not developing anything on management or examination systems, because when I visited the schools, I found most of the schools have got a functional examination management system. And we are not here to duplicate what already exists. We are only here to supplement what does not exist, so that our schools can be run efficiently. And also, this comes with challenges. If a principal feels that I only need the lesson notes, I only need the PowerPoint slides, I only need the videos, and I only need the online recruitment of teachers, but I don't need the digital register. That is fine. Nobody will force you to take it. And another importance of the digital register is this. Our principals will be able to look at the attendance in the school even when they're away from school. They could be away on official duty. We could be having principals within our within our schools who do not live with their families in the school compound. They live several miles away and they reside to visit their female families. With the digital register, you will be able, at the comfort of your chair, to know which class teacher marks the register, what the total number of students in the school right now. And when there's a calamity also in the school, let's say there's a fire breakout and you want to take account, or you want to account for the number of students, then what you do, you just order the teachers in the school compound to mark the register. And when you mark the register, you will see the statistics. You could see, I also identify this, who are there and identify those who are not there. And now from the comfort of your home, you are able to give a report to the teachers, to the parents online that we are unable to account for the following student in the following classes, admission number like this. And in fact, we can even give access to the parents so that if they want to check the attendance of their students, they just log into the system and check stuff like that. And this is key with the Gen Z movement in Kenya that has spread like bushfire in the whole world, in Nigeria, the other day in some countries. People are that's the talk of the day, where strikes are no longer organized in the dormitories or in the school compound, and they are organized on online in digital platforms. Right now, they are organizing the strikes. Data within my custody is that students are very busy organizing the strike online now. When they come back for second term, you'll find that 100 students, 100 schools in one day at the same time have banned their dormitory and banned their schools. So the digital register becomes extremely important at that particular point for the principals. And also with the Gen Zs, if you the type of a leader that put the school on autopilot. Autopilot is a term we use here in America when the principal and the deputy principal are absent from a school, especially a boarding school, at the same time. We say the school is on autopilot. It's just running by the grace of God. Otherwise, the student can know that there are no teachers around, the principal is not around, only the teacher on duty. Let us ban the dormitory. The season we are heading into from August 26th up to the end of the year, even if the school has been running on autopilot, I'm leaking to you intelligence information within my custody that for this term, please try your best so that school is not autopilot, because we're going to have a lot of cases. The Gen Z strike in Kenya was a very bad precedence for our students in high school because they are in an age where they copy. They copy. In fact, the losers of the incidents, the greatest losers of the incidents are going to be our secondary schools. You know, the internet belongs to the US, and by virtue of my profession, I have access to data. Some of this data is very sensitive. We have access to data from World Bank, I have data from different countries. Data is very sensitive. Some of the projects when I work on, they have to hide me away. And if they don't hide, and even if they don't hide me away, if I leak the data and they realize what they do, they'll just kill me. That is how serious it is. So the internet belongs to the US. And there are two types of websites. There's the website that we use right now, the one I showed you, and then the website that's called the dark website. The dark website is that website where we have the best that's the website where hackers, terrorists organize for their activities so that they come under hacker system and go away, and the system, the administrator, those responsible for that system only realize 1 month or 3 months after they have hacked the system and run away and gone away. That's the dark system. Now, what is happening is this. Okay, the students in Kenya has penetrated the dark web, and they are very active there. They are using pseudonyms. So this is not the time to say that I'm a principal of a school, I'm a teacher of a school. Social media is for the idlers. This is the time to be in the social media where you set a thief to catch a thief. These students are in social media with pseudonyms. And some of them are in social media with their real names. So when you see a name that does not make sense to you, look at the friends of this particular this school pseudonym, and you realize, oh, Domtila Kinyu from Lufunga guys are friends with this pseudonym. Then the thing that rings into our mind is that this pseudonym must be a classmate or a schoolmate to Domtila Akinyi. And even when I'm putting up a course, if it is approved, the schools in the digital academy might be lucky to get it free. How to identify a student who is likely to organize for strike online. And how do you catch that student using the digital register? If a student has been seen in a shopping center at Okwala, or has been seen in a shopping center at Aboke, and this student is supposed to be in boarding school at Okwala, and then the word went around and the principal gets information. What you need to do is just ask the teachers to call the register wherever you are. And because the digital register, this student will be marked absent. And just ask the parent, send the information to the parent. Okay, your boy is not in school right now. He has got no permission. We don't know what he's doing. If something happened to our schools, he will be one of the suspects. And also, when I worked in a school before, I worked with Mr. Yoya, there were teachers who don't mark registers. They just will go to class, teach, and then they go away. And then after Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday through Friday. And then on Friday, when the deputy principal needs to check the registers, he sits down in a classroom and a corner in a classroom and mark the register, whole register for the whole week. That should not happen at KISWATE Digital Academy. And the only way to eliminate that is to embrace the digital register. The digital register is going to be an innovative tool for the principal to execute their duties efficiently and effortlessly. That is what KISWATE is bringing on the table. I wish to stop there. I would like to invite Dr. Michelle to make her presentation. I don't know what her presentation is on, and you can share your screen. Michelle, are you there? Michelle? Dr. Michelle is on autopilot. Dr. Mildred?
I'm here.
I'm here. Yeah, please can you put your video so that they see you? These are your employers. And can you please also tell them why I'm calling you doctor and why when you are reporting other news, you say that I'm Dr. Michelle Oma, and also where you come from. So these are your employers. Some of them have already picked you. You're going to be your personal digital assistant. And if you have 2-hour session every week with Mr. Michael Otuko from my home school, Uyunda, KISWATE is going to pay you for that. So you'll never lack pocket money. And what I'll be looking at is Mr. Michael Otuko able to work online after you train him for maybe 6 months. Yes, Michelle, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, light. Oh, lady. That's better. I'm sorry about my lighting.
Yeah, it's okay. Why am I calling you Dr. Michelle? You know, many of them say that you are a journalist. Are you really a journalist?
No.
Well, what are you?
Okay. He's basically calling me doctor because I'm pursuing Bachelor of Pharmacy. I'm a pharmacy student. So I'll soon become a doctor after I've graduated. So he's just preparing me for my role.
Okay, please go ahead and make your presentation.
Okay, I was supposed to present about the digital schemes of work. So basically, it's the teaching plans outlining the curriculum delivery throughout the period of time. So the only difference is that this one being a digital one, it's electrically formatted. So mostly the lesson plans, they usually contains learning learning objectives, what the students are supposed to, like the objectives of the lesson, learning outcomes, the assessments, when the dates of assessment, the lesson plans, resources, and the activities. Okay, so the benefit of this one being a electronic one, so it can be accessed anytime, anywhere, allowing teachers and students to engage with curriculum outside outside the traditional classroom settings, because they can access it from the Academy's app. So it will be much easier and easily accessible for them, even when they're outside classroom settings. And then it will also reduce the need of printed papers, because instead of printing them, it will be just found in the website. Yeah, so basically the importance of a scheme of work, it's just it has the same importances as the ones we use in our classrooms, the normal ones. It's just that this one is electronic. So it mostly the importances of the scheme of work. So it streamlines planning process with easy updates and modifications. So mostly in the academic curriculum, it usually states what should be taught on which day. So it makes academic planning easy, because you'll be knowing at which day what's supposed to be taught. So it's like a way of continuous monitoring of the curriculum delivery within a period of time. So you can be able to monitor.
Yeah, thank you very much. You have made your point. And can you imagine how many minutes have you spoken? See, how many minutes? Are they 2 minutes or 1 minute?
Two.
And can you imagine that you're gonna earn at the rate of the principal for just working for 2 minutes? Is that not a good idea?
It is.
Did I tell you how much money you have in your account?
Yes.
Yeah, expected to increase by the allowance of the principals. So the allowance, we do things openly. Just check that document. Do you have it?
Yeah, I have
We have a document there. Just go check how much that do the principals earn when they attend their meeting, how much their allowance. And for just speaking for 2 minutes, you earn that allowance. Now, are you willing to attend a principal's meeting when needed?
Yes.
Are you willing to train Mr. Tuko to become a digital worker? Maybe 2 hours every week, and KISWATE pays you? And Mr. Tuko,
yes.
If you give an opportunity to Dr. Michelle to train you on how to become a digital worker or a digital employee, preparing you for a role when KISWATE Digital Academy app becomes a reality, what you are trying to do, you are trying to support Michelle. Michelle is one of our own from the village. Her home is the closest home to Uyundo. Is the closest home to Uyundo Secondary School. She is an award-winning student. She went through the recommendation by KISWATE. She got Equity Wings to Fly scholarship, and she scored the maximum grade possible in the KCSE exams. She was there in the newspaper. And Mr. Tuko, if you agree, Dorothy and Jojo Nyango, if you agree with me, instead of bringing mentors to your school who are professionals, experienced, people with salaries, can you please balance and consider the 20 KISWATE scholars? Just once in a year, you invite one of them and pay them something small so that they can have some food, that can have nice clothing, etc. They are vulnerable. And that will be an additional income on top of what KISWATE is giving them. That is what I mean by when I say, can you select your personal digital assistant for training you on how to work in the digital space? That will be free. If you consider them to come to your school as a mentor, please consider them for some small allowances, stuff like that. Okay, thank you very much. I don't want the principals to react to your presentation now. They will react later. Dr. Loveline Atianga, are you there? Dr. Loveline Atianga?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you tell them why we call you doctor? And please, we want to see your face. We want to see your face. Let the principal see your face. You never know, one of them might like your face and say, oh, my PDA is going to be Dr. Lavlida Tianga. Oh, there you go. That is Dr. Lavlida Tianga. Mr.
Yes.
Yuya, hello?
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Hold on, Dr. Tianga. Mr. Yuya, are you there?
I'm there.
Oh, the students I'm introducing to you, you can look at them, huh? Small-bodied, very young, but they have a very big, talented brain. That's one point I want to know. And you wonder why I'm able to run KISWATE Digital Academy at the comfort of my base in Washington, D.C. Why? Because I have a well-trained army, well-trained, talented army of digital soldiers. So the ones we are seeing today is just a small percentage of my army, just a small percentage of my army. And they work very hard. Imagine they woke up at 4:30 a.m., they went to the studio to prepare the news bulletin, and by 3, they were done on their way, and on public transportation back to their homes, and now they're on a meeting. And after the meeting now, the news bulletin will be ready. Dr. Tianga, what time did the manager say the news bulletin is going to be posted? Is it at 7 o'clock or at 9 o'clock?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Let's say it's at 9 o'clock. And there's a rule, they watch before everybody else watches. So their day starts at 4 a.m. and it's going to end at around 11 p.m. So these are the people that are going to drive innovation, creativity and innovation at KISWATE Digital Academy. We are training them, and we are going to train them with the best mind in the world. Not just any other mind, the best mind in the world. So Dr. Tianga, what were you supposed to talk on?
I was supposed to talk about the digital recruitment of teachers.
And it's self-explanatory. Do they really need an explanation? Do you think that the principal needs explanation when you talk about the digital recruitment of teachers?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree with you. Digital recruitment of teachers just simply means that you create a platform which is going to be on KISWATE Digital app, and then you go there, sign, make an advertisement of a position that is available at your school. For the case of KISWATE, make an advertisement for a position that is available at your school that you would like KISWATE to recruit for you. And then because it is digital, teachers worldwide, throughout the world, will have access to it. And as you may be aware, we may be having a vacancy at Window Secondary School or at St. Mary's Okwala, but the teachers, qualified teachers who are supposed to occupy those positions, are based in Nairobi. If you ask them to physically come to Okwala and make an application, do an interview, some of them might not like, and therefore they might not come. So by making it digital, it means we are giving those teachers that are based outside the community, like in Mombasa, in Nairobi, to do the application online, see the advertisement, they apply online, they are recruited online, they attend the interview online, and after sealing the deal, they only resign from their jobs they are doing, and they travel once to the site. The same applies to the KISWATE teacher. Somebody from Australia, from America, can't take a plane to come to Kenya to attend an interview. And when you attend an interview, you're either successful or not successful. If you are not successful, that air ticket is at a waste. So it's supposed to cut cost of recruitment, make it convenient for the principals even to work at the comfort of their homes, and even attract teachers that are based outside the location where the school is, located. That is what an online recruitment of teachers is all about. And I think TSC is practicing that right now. So we don't need much from Dr. Lavleen Atianga. Good job, Dr. Lavleen. So the next is Dr. Mildred Mora. Can we see your face, please? Dr. Mildred, are you there? Dr. Mildred, are you on autopilot? Hello, Dr. Mildred, are you there? I see you have unmuted, but we can't hear anything.
I'm here.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Put on, let us see your face and go ahead and make your presentation on the principal. What were you supposed to present on?
I was to present on KISWATE digital notes.
KISWATE digital notes, yes. The PowerPoint and whatever. Please go ahead.
I'm sorry, there's a black, so you can see me.
Oh, you have poor network?
Blackout.
Okay, if the network is poor, what you do, make a video, share it with me, what KISWATE digital notes means, and then I'll upload it on the YouTube channel and share the video with the principals. And immediately I receive that video, I'll authorize Rose Deborah to release your allowance. Thank you so much. You must be in the remote villages of, where are you right now? Where the network is so poor. Where are you? Huh?
Boma.
I didn't hear you. Can you say it again?
Boma.
I can't get you so bad. Maybe type in the chats, type in the messages. So right now is 11:53. We have got around 7 minutes to the end of the meeting. I want Mr. Yuya to make his remarks, and that will bring us to the end of the meeting. We want the meeting to end at exactly 7. We are conscious about time. So Mr. Yuya, please take it away. Oh, Mildred, I see Bungoma. Okay, all the way from Bungoma, and you are now interacting with me here in the US. Okay, thank you. Mr. Yuya, please take it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you very well, except that we can't see your face.
Yes.
Some
Okay.
of the KISWATE scholars do not know you, and they would like to see your face. Yes.
Okay. First and foremost, I would like to thank Mr. Pius Odhiambo, the founder, the vision bearer of KISWATE, for dreaming about the KISWATE Digital Academy. Initially, the idea was to help our adopted primary schools transit to secondary schools. And that's why we came up initially with the primary adopted schools and then secondary adopted schools. We wanted our people not to drop out because Pius and even myself realized that there's a lot of dropout in Ugenya at primary and at our secondary schools. And that is why our primary schools and our secondary schools are under-enrolled. And when 100% transition came, we made sure that all those who are in class 8 joined the Form 1. And I'm grateful to, I think I must thank Mr. Odhiambo for having availed resources to help those students who joined the day schools, particularly in Oyundo, Kagonya, Ndenga, and even the few students that were able to take to Ukwala. You know, the problem in Ugenya is poverty, but poverty in Ugenya is by choice, not by design. Is just by choice. Ugenya is a very rich area, but people don't take education seriously. So with the KISWATE, the dream of Mr. Odhiambo was that the students become fluent in English, they become fluent in Swahili, and possibly in mother tongue. And with the digital academy, technology is the future. Technology is the future. And that's why in the Digital Academy, we are promoting talent development, the performing arts, because someone may not be necessarily good in academics in terms of the grammar bit of it, say the other subject that may transit, that may help the learner maybe do a course in engineering, architecture, law, pharmacy, and whatever, but can survive if he's excellent